Take number 2. Hello, hello. Some forces out there do not want me to give this reflection to all of you. Mwah. Good morning, good morning. During the census, Joseph and Mary had to return to their own city in order to give birth to the baby Jesus. This is what we hear during the Advent season. We hear that they had to return to Bethlehem. What must I do? Is the question during this Advent season in order to have a Merry Christmas. Return to your own city of birth. Return to your origins. Return to yourself. Jesus will only be born in your heart, in the real you, not the fake you. You are the manger where Jesus wants to be born, but this can only happen in your city. Lots of people have tried to define who you are in this life, have tried to give you a name during your lifetime. Fat, ugly, no good, amount to nothing, stupid. But God gave you a name when you were born. My child. You are a beloved child of God. And during this lifetime, the key is to return to what we lost. We lost heaven because of Adam and Eve. The key to finding yourself, to finding the God within you, is to go back and reclaim what you lost. You lost heaven, and Jesus came to bring you heaven, to bring heaven to you. You see, Jesus didn't come to take us to heaven. Jesus came to bring heaven to us, because Jesus is heaven itself. He is heaven. And what happened when Adam and Eve lost heaven? They started to hide. Are you hiding? Stop hiding. God says to Adam, where are you, Adam? Where are you? And Adam says, I hid myself because I was naked. I was ashamed. You see, shame is that which destroys your life. Drop the shame in your life. Drop it. During this Advent, I want you to go back to your origins, to what you have lost, and to reclaim yourself from all the people, from all your enemies that have tried to steal you from you. They have given you a name. No good. A hoe. You've been called a hoe before by people. You gonna let them? People have called you fat and ugly and no good, that you will amount to nothing. And you've believed them and you've internalized it. That's what's damaging you. Reclaim what you have lost this Christmas. You know that I have my grandma with me here this Advent, and I am reclaiming, in the midst of so much clamor about me, the name she gave me. She calls me Adash, her beloved. And she says to me, muy kohane, muy nai ukohanshe. So many people have tried to bring me down during my life and are trying to bring me down. But she brings me up. She is the figure of God in my life. I want to be that figure of God in your life as well, to bring you up. Because you have so many people in your life that are trying to bring you down, that are trying to destroy you. You have a lot of enemies out there. Your co-workers, hello, maybe even your family members. You know, when I was growing up and I used to weigh 325 pounds, my mom used to always say, nobody will ever marry you, she would say. Look at you. Look how fat and ugly you are. That damaged me. My own mother. Huh? With family, we so often only come out well in photos, don't we? Huh? You've been damaged. I was bullied in school when I was growing up because of a lot of reasons. Kids and adolescents, and especially adolescents, can be so cruel. When I was in the seminary in Chicago, they gathered a table of all these supposed, learned people, faith-filled people that had Roman collars, priests, gathered all around. And one by one, they began to tell me why I wouldn't be a good priest. That I would be a terrible priest. That damages your psyche, doesn't it? And you internalize it. Have you allowed the enemy that comes to you through people in your life to damage you? The devil in Hebrew is Hasatan, Satan, the accuser, the one that comes to accuse you and to tell you how no good you are, that you will amount to nothing, that you will be nothing, that you're fat, that you're ugly. Why is it that we have an explosion of plastic surgery in our society? People getting all sorts of jobs, nose jobs, boob jobs, butt jobs. They're even getting, silicone injections in their ass. Why is that? Because they haven't gotten a mind job. Mind job. The call of Advent is conversion. Metanoia, to change your mind. Meta, above. Nous, mind. God wants to change your mind, to take that mind that the enemy, the devil that comes to you through the people in your life have injected into you, and to change it, to give you the mind of God, that you are a beloved child of God. You are not what others have told you. You are not the divorcee. You are not the hoe. You're not the prostitute. You're not what others have told you because you have 3 kids with 3 different guys. That's your life, not theirs. And they have no right to pass judgment on you. And religious people can be very good at that. They can be very good at pointing fingers and saying how no good you are. Do not believe any of those religious fanatics who believe in religion and not in God. Their God is in their finger. They like to point fingers, and they want to point fingers at you. And they want to bring you down. Are you going to let them? No. You are going to believe Jesus, who loves you as you are, and who wants you as you are. Stop trying to live other people's life in you and live your own life. This Advent, you need to go back to yourself. Stop being your own worst enemy. Stop believing the lies people have told you, that you need a nose job to be pretty or beautiful. You are already beautiful. Go back to yourself. You see, during your lifetime, you have been damaged through the things that have happened to you. I'm getting over a very terrible eating disorder. I'm in a 12-step program for eating disorders. I go to a meeting, and in that meeting, there is a young woman. She weighs about 85 pounds, and she looks in the mirror and she says, "I'm fat, I need to lose weight," she says. And everybody around her says, we all say, "Come on now, you're skin and bones. Your eyes are lying to you." You see, God is not a plastic surgeon. God is the eye doctor that wants to fix your eyes, to let you know how beautiful you are, how pretty you are, how loved you are, no matter who has told you otherwise in your life. You see, Jesus had all these people around him who tried to bring him down. This is the carpenter's son. He can't be this. As they've tried to tell me so many times. This is the immigrant. The guy from Poland. Who lived in a small little town. He can't be this or that. This is a fat guy, or the guy who laughs, or the guy who does this or that. They've tried to bring me down. He can't be a priest. He's no good. He tells jokes. He laughs. I laugh very deliciously, of course. Of course, my laugh is very delicious, but they don't see it that way because they want to bring me down. Because in their mind, a person who represents God and who represents Jesus and who represents the church is supposed to be, a little square box. Oh, you can't talk about these things. Oh, just put them all under the carpet. I'm getting through the damage that has been done to me by the devil and his helpers. And the devil has a lot of helpers. And many of those helpers are in church. You want to meet the devil? Come to church. Where have I met the devil? In church. The devil's in the church. You want to meet the devil? Come to church. And the task in this life is always, always to know that even if you don't believe in God 100% of the time, and you won't. You think I believe in God 100% of the time? Come on. I mean, I deal with people who are terminally ill. Daniel, who is 14 years old, has a big tumor on his leg, cancer all over his body. He's dying. He's the only son of his mother, and I'm dealing with him. You don't think I question the existence of God? And I'm a priest. Hello? When I look at all the abuse, when I listen to how many people have been abused, especially people who have been abused sexually by clergy, and not just in the Catholic Church. In the Baptists, Google it. The Southern Baptist Convention, they've had more abuse than the Catholic Church. Nobody's going to talk about that. How come that's not all over the news? Hello? Or the Luz del Mundo, the light of the world people, their leader, who only got 16 years for abusing hundreds of girls, even prepubescent girls. The pedophile got 16 years in LA because he had lawyers, because it's one of the richest churches around. And they, of course, got the judge and prosecutors to make a deal. I mean, they made a deal with a notorious pedophile who's going to go back to Mexico, to Guadalajara, and continue to abuse young women. Because the people in that church are brainwashed. That's what churches do. That's why, you got to be about Jesus, not about church. Religion is slavery, folks. Get it. Religion, the word religion, religare, from Latin, means to enslave you, to bind you. Jesus frees. Jesus is freedom. Religion is slavery. As those people in that religion of Luz del Mundo, they're enslaved. They bring the young women to these leaders of that church, and the pastors have to first have a turn with the young women. Yeah. And everybody knows it. And in Guadalajara, one of the major cities in Mexico, all the politicians know what's going on, but they're all bought. Hello? What's new, right? That's the world. That's why we need God in our life. The world wants to destroy you because the world is dominated by the prince of the world, the devil, and his helpers. Don't let him. Do not let the devil win in your life. Don't let him. And don't be about religion. Religion abuses. We know that very well. I mean, come on now, we just got the report from Baltimore. You can read about the report from Philadelphia and all over. Religion is about abusing. Jesus is about freeing. If you're going to be enamored or in love with a religion, whatever religion that might be, Catholic, whatever. I mean, I grew up Catholic. That's why I'm Catholic. If I grew up Muslim, I'd probably be Muslim. Okay? If I grew up Lutheran, I'd probably be Lutheran. Hello? It's not about religion. It's about God. It's about Jesus. It's about faith. Religion abuses. We know that. And the systems abuse. The institutional systems abuse people. As we know from the recent decades that have shown us how much abuse exists within the institutional Roman Catholic Church. We know that. Just Google it if you don't know. And everything was put under the carpet, of course, to protect an institution, because that's how it always is. To protect the money. Hello? Money, money, money. Buildings. It's not about people. It's about buildings, institutions, and power and control and luxurious lifestyles. Luxurious lifestyles. So they can keep taking their first-class trips and first-class seats and live in mansions. Pay, pray, and obey. That's the name of the game in religion. And this is not just in the Catholic Church, folks. Come on now. We know that the evangelical churches, it's all about giving their tithes, 10%. So the pastors can have jets, like $50 million homes. Just look at Joe Osteen and all the other ones, Creflo Dollar. And I mean, come on, folks, please, okay? It's all a big business. Brothers and sisters, it's all a big business. Religion is a big business everywhere. How many times do I have to tell people, don't bring me money? I hate it when people bring me money. I don't need any money. I've got enough money. And I don't take a salary from the church I'm in. I don't have a salary because I don't need money. I need you. I need people. You are my gifts. You are my present. I want people. I don't want money. And I don't want 10% of people's incomes. I want people. I want people to meet Jesus. The one that I met and fell in love with. The one who has freed me. Not to meet a religion or an institution that abuses. This Advent is about experiencing Christmas. The only way you're going to do that is if you go back to your own city. Go back. Reclaim what you lost. You see, our life of faith is about reclaiming heaven. Reclaiming the Garden of Eden. We've lost the Garden of Eden. We need to reclaim it. Jesus came to bring the Garden of Eden to us. When I weighed 325 pounds, my grandmother, who is visiting here with me, she's asleep right now because it's really early in the morning. I get up really early. She doesn't. When I weighed 325 pounds, she took me to a Polish doctor, my grandmother. And the doctor looked at me and said to her, "Who are you raising? A pig? Co pani? Prosiaka chowa?" That's what my grandma heard from the doctor. But what did I hear? That I'm a pig, that I'm ugly, that I'm no good. And I internalized it. The doctor gave me the name pig. Who has given you a name in your life? Maybe it's your ex, or maybe it's a current abusive partner that you have that is abusing you. God did not make you to be abused. God did not put you here on this life in this world to suffer. God put you here to be happy and to live your life. And you've got one chance at it, one opportunity, and you're wasting it. What's wrong with you? Wake up! Wake up! When are you going to wake up and get out of your abusive situation, your abusive relationship? What is wrong with you? Get out of it. God doesn't want you in an abusive situation. You know, when I was here first in Las Vegas, I was sent here to Las Vegas because of respiratory issues, health issues that I have. Because when I lived in Poland, I got tuberculosis, asthma, my lungs were not developed. That's when the Chernobyl disaster happened in Poland. And so I got radiation poisoning. I didn't have hair till I was like 5 years old. Everybody in my hometown knows this. They gave me gentamicin when I was a baby, which damaged my ear. I don't hear anything from one of my ears. I don't like to tell people what ear because then they're going to want to go to confession in that ear. But when I first came here to Las Vegas, before this current time that I'm here now, pastor of Divine Mercy Polish National Catholic Church, when I first came here, I was told, behave yourself, because you are an unincarnated priest. You don't belong here. You know, and the church has all this, you know, medieval systems in place. So I was a priest on loan. I had no rights, which means the others that had rights could take advantage of me. And I was told over and over again, you better toe the line if you want to stay here. And that was in my head all the time. And one of the predators took advantage of my vulnerable situation. Because in the clergy, there's a lot of predators, and you know that. And of course, I had lost weight. I didn't weigh 325 pounds. So they took advantage. And I was abused. And in my head, I had it that I had to do what this person told me, because he said, if you don't do what I say, you're not going to be allowed to stay here. It's the grooming, the manipulation. That's how abusers work. That's why I developed an eating disorder that almost killed me. Because I was ashamed. And I'm working through it. I've gotten a lot of psychological help. I had psychiatric help. I always encourage every single person, get help. Please, there's help out there. Please. I almost died. I had anemia. I was just skin and bones. There's pictures of me you can see because of the abuse I sustained here. Because I was manipulated. I was told, you don't belong here. And unless you do what I tell you to do, you won't get to stay here. And of course I wanted to stay here because I love Las Vegas and I need this weather pattern for my health. And then when I told the leadership of the church, they said, you're an adult. You're an adult. You should have known better. And what did they do? They sent me back to California. They got rid of me. That's the sick system of the church. And it is the sick system that continues to try to label me. The system under the influence of the devil, the accuser, Hasatan, that has labeled you and that wants to label me. Don't let anybody label you. They want to label me right now, don't they? They have letters, online about me. The local diocese here, the Roman Catholic diocese, with their leader, the bishop here, the local Roman Catholic bishop, who has never met with me. I requested to meet with him back in 2018 when everything happened. I said, can I speak with you? I'm a priest here, and there was like 30 priests in the whole town. He had no time. No time. No time. Get out. You're not incarnated here. Get the hell out. They had no time. Had no time to listen to my story. Believed everything about me from other people. And to this day, he has never met with me, ever. And yet he writes letters about me and says, oh, we want Father Adam to come back to the Roman Catholic Church. No, he doesn't. He doesn't care about me. He cares about an institution and protecting an institution. That's what they care about. They have no time for me, but I always have time for you. That's why I'm taking this time right now with you, and I have no shame anymore. And that is my healing. My healing is coming from dropping the shame, as my counselor told me. I have a lot of counseling that I have received, a lot of psychological help to get through this. Thank God for professionals. Get yourself into a counseling program with professionals and into a 12-step program. I'm going to a 12-step program, and I've dropped the shame, and I will not allow anybody to label me with any letters, as they've tried to. They're still trying to victimize me, but I am not a victim. I am victorious, and so are you. You are not a victim. Do not allow anybody to victimize you. I've been victimized, but I will not allow myself to be victimized. They're trying to label me and to say what? Oh, he's not a priest because he doesn't belong to our system. Liars, 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 pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. The Roman Catholic Church teaches that once you are ordained a priest, you are always a priest. And not even the Pope has the power to unmake you a priest. There are 3 sacraments of the church: baptism, confirmation, and holy orders, that once you receive them can never be taken away from you. Ever! By no one, no bishop has the power to unmake you a priest. He can make all the pronouncements he wants. You know what this is what I do with their pronouncements, and wipe my ass with it. That's what I do with it. And that's what you should do with all the people who make pronouncements about you. Don't allow yourself to be victimized. Don't you see all the BS about me out there? They're trying to label me like excommunicated, or he's not a priest, or he's not Catholic, or whatever. It's all to try to victimize me. Am I going to allow myself to be victimized? No. And you do not allow yourself to be victimized either by powerful people who think they have some power over you. In your work situation, if you are being abused, get out. You've got one life to live, one chance at it, and you're wasting it. Get out of any abusive situation you are in. Get out. Don't allow other people to label you. I'm telling you, you are only going to have a Merry Christmas if you go back to the origins. Please, I beg you, on my knees, get help. There's help out there. I got help, and I'm getting through it. And I'm not allowing anybody to label me. I know who I am. I am a Catholic priest. I was ordained a Roman Catholic priest on May 22nd, 2010 in the Diocese of Santa Rosa, California, and I will be a priest forever. That is the eternal, centuries-old teaching of the Roman Catholic Church. That once you are a priest, you're a priest forever, and nobody can unmake you a priest. No bishop, no pope, nobody. It's like, if you're a doctor in Mexico and you come to Las Vegas, you're still a doctor. And I've seen a number of those doctors that come here. They're still doctors. Now, they don't have a license here, but they're still doctors. I am not licensed by the Roman Catholic Diocese of Las Vegas, but I am licensed by the Polish National Catholic Church. Polish National Catholic Church. Google it. pncc.org. A legitimate Catholic church.